And as a member of the North Dakota Air National Guard, he rose through the ranks and commanded the 119th Wing Happy Hooligans, helping to develop other pilots and inspiring young people to pursue a life in aviation.
Well, that's the epitome of a commander, to have a unit like that with the type of people that we had. Starting from the very top to the very bottom, they were people that had a work ethic, they cared what they did, they were very responsible, and we enjoyed it.
Mac also had tenure in the Guard as North Dakota Adjutant General. During his service, National Guard projects impacted a number of airports across the state.
Yes, we were involved in several instances where our participation in the airport was able to secure longer runways, better runways, navigation aids and things like that because of the fact we were using the airport. We needed those kinds of things.
Hector International Airport has also benefited from Mac's presence on the Municipal Airport Authority of Fargo.
Well, it's been a great experience. Where we started, where we are now, we were hauling about 600,000 passengers a year pass through that terminal, inbound and outbound. In fact, it's more than that now.
While on the board, the airport built a new passenger terminal building, and the site saw major expansion in total terminal area and air cargo facilities. Also, a new crosswind runway and main runway were constructed. Mac also served on the board for the Fargo Air Museum, donating many hours of volunteer time.
So the things that we've done is, I think, enhanced that facility and enhanced aviation in our general area.
A highly decorated pilot and recipient of numerous awards, Mac has many stories to share, but his most harrowing experience was flying Governor Bill Guy in a C-54.
We took off from St. Louis. He'd been down there to meet with a Japanese ambassador to the United States, I think, on some mission or something. We took off, coming back to Bismarck. We leveled off and hadn't been leveled very long, and number 3 engine went into overspeed. The prop just ran away. So, well, that's no big deal. We reached up and feathered the prop, except it didn't feather. And it caught fire because of the RPM was so, the gear cage caught fire. We put the fire out, it caught fire again. We had 2 bottles. We put the second bottle in, put it out again, and then it caught fire again. We said, well, we got to get this thing on the ground. That fire reaches back into that fuel, it's going to be one spectacular explosion. We dumped the nose, and about that time the noise quit, just like that. And I looked over at Beck, and he looked back at me, and he said, the engine fell off. And I got up out of my seat, and I looked out the window, and I said, the engine's gone. He said, that's what I tried to tell you. So Moline, Illinois was right in front of us, not over 20 miles, I think, let down. So we're going into Moline. So dropped the gear, and guess what? Got 2 gear down, and the other one hung up. So we went from Moline, we ended up over Peoria, and then we went from Peoria to Chanute, because Chanute was the firefighting school of the Air Force. And I figured, we still got all that fuel. We're going to burn as much as we can. We poured everything we had in liquid into the hydraulic thing and tried to get it, but we could not get the gear down. We couldn't get the other gear up. So we had the nose gear and the left main down and locked, and the right main was stuck up. I don't know, I get kind of mad, and I reached over and I took the gear handle, and I went bam like that, and then bam, and the gear came down. And evidently, when I moved it up, at just the right moment, it just got a little bit of hydraulic pressure. It was enough to pull it up out of the lock. It was jammed with some wires and stuff that was back. And when it did, it started an electrical fire. So we called the tower and said, we're got electrical fire. We're shutting down everything, all electrical. Get them off the runway. I'm on downwind, I'm landing. Came down final, and just tonight I told Dale ahead of time, I said, just as I flare, I want you to pull the mixture controls on all 4 and turn the mags off. And we didn't have any electrical at all anyway, so he did that. And we landed and rolled out, and of course had nothing, had no nothing. So very slowly we roll off the runway, very slowly. And up ahead is a big runway distance marker. I'll never forget it.
Oh. It
was just like we aimed for it. I couldn't have done any better. Went right over the top of the thing. Then we stopped, and then this fire truck came in. And I'm not kidding you, it had a nozzle on it. It was at least 6 foot in diameter with a whole bunch of holes in it. And I thought, my goodness, they're going to push that thing in the airplane and drown us. He always tells me, he said, oh, thank you for saving my life. I said, Governor, I had no idea saving your life. I was trying to save my own.
Despite all of his individual achievements, Mac is most proud of the groups he's been a part of.
I don't think I've got anything particular that I'm proud of. I think I'm proud of some of the organizations that I've been part of, is what they've done. The Happy Hooligans and the way they were in the forefront of the Guard Aviation throughout the United States, and the trophies they've won, and just the trophy case is as big as this room. The Guard in North Dakota, from its inception until right now, has always been a great part of this state. And I'm proud to say that I was able to be a part of that.
Being a 2010 inductee to the North Dakota Aviation Hall of Fame shares a particularly special place with Mac as well.
Very humbling when you look at the people that are on that list, and to be recognized as someone approaching that way, it's a very humbling experience.
Looking back on everything he's done, Mac wants one thing to live on as his legacy.
I think you want to be remembered for having integrity and being a person that stood behind what you said, treated people fairly. There's not much more that I think you can do for anybody else. Be helpful when you can.